Hello, everybody. It's your favorite YouTuber, Austin Holloman. We are still here in Madrid, Spain. I'm having a very fun time staying inside, and my bank account is loving it as well because it is almost as expensive as it is back home in the States, in Texas. If not more expensive than me in Dallas. Yes, it is. So, we will might head to Turkey next and just head to Turkey in this Europe trip because I'm blowing more money. I could be saving more. I could have more money in my pocket. Anyway, that's not today's topic. If you guys are new here, I'm also I'm a world traveler and I'm doing a social experiment with socializing with people around the world, living in other countries and dating other women and getting online and journalizing it. Social studies. Now, today I want to talk about this. Passport bros, a good majority of them are selling you guys a fake dream. And you guys can see that from my channel, right? That's why a lot of them choose to, we're going to get into this later, but they choose to discredit me because I get online and I can show you in real time what it's like in these other countries. So people might sell Sao Paulo a certain type of way, but I get on live and there's a chick argue with me that I didn't even talk to, but they're all so feminine in certain cities. It's so perfect in Sao Paulo. None of these places are perfect the way how they're sold to you. Is it better? Absolutely, it is better. That's why I still live abroad. I went back to Dallas and it was some bullshit. So I was like, yeah, I made the right decision by moving. This was just confirmation. But a lot of these people are selling these dreams to you as if it's just a utopia. And I'm telling you, you're still dealing with people. They just don't have as much of a messed up mindset and brainwashed and degenerate mindset as they do in the United States. Okay? Now, how are they selling you a dream? First of all women around the world don't like all men. And I'm saying this as a black American man. We've been sold this dream. I never bought it, but we've been sold that black American men are the most desired men on the planet. Yeah, fucking right. Yeah, fucking right. First of all, if you go to another country, for example, Romania, Romanians prefer Romanians. You know, Russians prefer Russians. Kenyans prefer Kenyans. The women usually prefer somebody from their own country. That's the number one fact. When we start talking about foreigners, if you ask me, we're not the first foreigner they prefer, depending on where you go. They prefer white men before black men in Latin America. This is just what it is. You can disagree. This is just what it is. Okay, that's why Latin America is so mixed. For example, I've dated many Afro Latinas in Latin America. My first few girlfriends in Brazil and Rio were Afro Latina because that's what I prefer is black women, right? All those black women in Rio, the previous man that they were with was a white guy, and they were black. More than likely in the United States, if you're in Dallas, if you're in Houston, if you're in New York, if you're in Miami, if you're in Atlanta, if you're in LA, most black women usually had a previous black boyfriend, and the guy before may have been black, and the guy before may have been black. It's not as common in the States for women to just hawk on fucking white men the way how they do in Latin America and even Asia. Like I said before, you guys ever notice how the best Thai women are with another Asian guy because that's similar to their culture, or they're with a white guy? Now, we got some brothers down there, black American men, that have some good looking women in these other countries. Not saying it's always the case. But when we bring up an average of what you see when you're down there, it's not us that they're preferring, first of all. So can black American men win around the world? Yes, I am. I was in Portugal. I was in Manaus for sure. Even though Sao Paulo required a lot more effort, I was doing well there. I did well in Santiago, Chile. There's women in every city around the world that prefer or that are open to black men. Let's change this narrative. Women around the world are open to black American men. But to say prefer, for example, I prefer black women. It doesn't matter if they're from Africa, United States, Latin America. I prefer black. I'm open. I've dated white women since I've been going. I've dated mestizos since I've been going. I've dated Asian women. That doesn't mean that I don't date them. It's just when I have my ideal girl in my mind, she's usually black. What I'm telling you is women in Asia and Latin America, usually their ideal guy is not somebody that looks like me. Okay? It just is what it is. Now, can you find women in these other countries that prefer black men? Can you find that? I've met men that live in Colombia that said that their wife preferred black men. He married her. That's something that is real. You guys remember Kate? Does Kate look like she would ever date a Thai guy? She actually told me she only dates black guys. But does she look like she would date a Thai guy? You know, you can look at some of these chicks and tell that they're for us. Those are niche. Those are specific. Just like you have most black men in America want black women, right? Kevin Samuels even told you guys that. Most black men want black women. But you do have some black guys in the States that say, I would never date a black girl. It makes sense only to believe that black men prefer black women because their mother was black. That's what they saw growing up. It's somebody that can relate to the most. And then we can get further into brainwashing in Latin America, in media, in colonization. All those things play a role. But I'm just telling you guys this. Most people prefer people where they're from. But that does not mean you don't have options. You're not going to convince me that I can go to Romania and more than 50% of Romanian women want to marry a black guy. They might fuck you. They might sleep with you. Yeah. Just the same way how I wouldn't really see myself marrying an Asian woman. Will I smash one? I have. Plenty of them. I don't think, I've met Asian women in Latin America and Sao Paulo. I met them when I was in Portugal. Beautiful. I don't even approach them. It's not my preference. Doesn't mean that if they showed interest, I would decline them just because they're Asian. But it's just not my preference. So that's something that has to be understood. We can't, because a lot of these guys are selling this dream that they want us and only us. And if we go abroad, we can just snag whoever we want. It's not the fucking case. But yes, if any city you go to in the world, you can find a woman that likes you. Yes. That's even in the United States. You can go to wherever the Ku Klux Klan is, wherever their headquarters is at. There's some racist ass white girl that maybe she'll sleep with you. I don't know. A lot of us are getting confused with she'll sleep with us with she loves us. Just saying. Now, most women worldwide are not submissive. The world is becoming westernized. So if you guys love Brazil, based off the experiences that I've had and the stuff that I've heard those women say, you got about 5 or 10 more years before that shit is going to be just like the United States. I mean, let's look at some things that's similar to the United States, right? In Brazil, talking bad about gay people can get you put in prison. So just like you can get canceled for talking about them in the States, yeah, you can get put in prison over there. We all know they have feminism in Brazil. Does that mean you can't date Brazilian women? No. But for example, I had this one Brazilian chick I was dating, and I told her, like, yeah, you're my baby. It's a flirting way. I didn't think nothing of it when I said it. Her response was, no, I'm not yours. I don't like to be objectified. I'm nobody's property. Are you fucking serious? You just killed the whole romance. Women, that's not the first chick that says something like that in Brazil. Now, if you go to other countries like somewhere maybe like Paraguay or Peru or Kenya or Colombia, no chick is going to have an issue with you saying that you're their baby. I mean, what, if I fucking marry her, I can't call her my wife? Get the fuck out of here. But that sounds like that's a dumb logic, right? That sounds like feminism. That sounds like the same shit that the women say in the States sometimes, right? Well, most times, right? So there you have it. Ask a Brazilian chick, does she want to be a stay-at-home wife for you? I bet you 60% of the time she's going to say no, she doesn't want to be dependent on a man. So, a lot of these countries, women are not... Yes, I've had women in Brazil cook and clean and do all the things that we fantasize about. I've had that done in numerous countries, right? Even in Tanzania, I've had that. And I recommend Tanzania for that stuff. But slowly, with time, worldwide, that stuff is starting to disappear. Some people like say, oh, well, that's because you go to the big cities. Yeah, people live in big cities in these other countries when we move for the same reason we live in big cities in the United States. Do you notice how a lot of people live in Dallas compared to Waco? There's a fucking reason for that. Because big cities have more opportunity and they're more convenient. I'm not going to move to some small ass town, shithole in Texas, where if I need to go to the hospital, it's going to be 30 minutes for me to get there. Versus when I lived in Dallas, I could literally walk next door to a hospital. And if I didn't live to that hospital, there was another hospital within 5 minutes away. Big cities. That's why we moved there. Most of you guys are not trying to move to a fucking village. So these issues of westernization, you're going to deal with if you move to Nairobi, if you move to Sao Paulo, if you move to Rio, if you move to Salvador, if you move to Santiago, Chile. You're going to notice some of these things that we don't like out of women. It's not the majority of them in these other countries, but you will notice that you do come across them from time to time. So the thing that these women are just, oh, it's nothing wrong with it. Oh, Brazil's never going to flip. No, America doesn't have to do it. They're doing it to themselves. So yes, everything is not peaches and cream, but it is better. I'd rather deal with this than deal with what I was dealing with in the States. Yes, I would agree with that. I'm your only friend. Most of these guys on YouTube that are showing you guys this submissive lifestyle, they're dealing with prostitutes. They're paid actors. Guys that are claiming like, yeah, man, I went to this country and I was just running through them. Yeah, they were talking about how they went to the whorehouse. They weren't referring to them just approaching women on the street and the woman just want to just drop their panties when they saw them. Guys, I know for a fact I look pretty good. Okay? Women don't just look at me and just want to drop their panties. So I know these motherfuckers that are online telling you guys that shit, I know for a fact they don't look better than me, and they're fucking lying to you. Next. Money is not all it takes. It's not all it takes. People, yes, your dollar goes further in Brazil. Yes, it does better. But guess what? That's not all you need. If you lead with money, just the same way how you guys like to trick in the States and, oh, baby, you're beautiful. Let me give you $150 for your light bill, like a fucking sucker. If you go abroad doing that, you will get the same treatment that you got in the States. There are women that are low down and vultures in Brazil, in Colombia, in Peru, wherever the hell you go. There are some women that know American men are desperate and we behave that way and they're waiting to take advantage of you. That's why I told you guys to improve yourself and learn how to vet and get the right women and stop bleeding when you fucking wallet. Now, if you just want to trick and pay and go to a whore house and deal with sugar babies for the rest of your life, that's fine. Do that. But my thing is, do not get online and tell guys that they're having something good when really it's all something we could all do. Shrek could do what you're doing. Fat Albert could do what you're doing. Okay? That does not mean women in these other countries don't like resources, because worldwide women want a man that can provide for them. But if you're just leading with your wallet, dude, I mean, that's all you get. The minute you stop buying fucking purses and paying light bills, it's over. She's not even going to consider trying to stick around or even try to help you. She don't want to help you. She just want to keep draining your pockets. And that can happen to you abroad as well. Now, being an American is not as much as you think. Maybe at one point after World War II or after the Vietnam War, you could just be black and walk in, look, I got a blue passport. Oh my God. Guess what? Americans are not the only ones that have money. Americans are not the only ones that can transform these women's lives. They even have men in Brazil. They have 65 billionaires that live in Sao Paulo. So, for example, there are a lot of places like Sao Paulo you can go to and, oh, I'm American. Okay, nobody gives a fuck. Including me. I don't care that I'm American. That's why I don't ever ask when people say, where you from? Texas. I'm from Texas. That's the state I'm from. Okay, I'm not trying to fucking use some American leverage. That's never been my priority. I don't need to do that. I didn't need to do that in the States. I didn't need to lead with, oh, I make $10,000 a month at the bar. I didn't need to lead with that. What did I need to lead with that for? Some of y'all do. I don't care. That's your thing. I'm just saying. A lot of these guys make it seem like just because you're American, they prefer you. As an American, you do have competition from locals and other people. Now, am I saying that a European guy is better than me? No, I'm not saying that. But I'm just saying the chicks have options as well, especially if you go to a big city. Last point. Pay attention to people that will react to this video and discredit me. Pay attention to people that have discredited me recently in the past couple of weeks because of things that I've said that go against their narrative. What is false about what I just told you or what I've told you before? Do you believe that more than 50% of women in a certain country that doesn't even have black people prefer black men? Being open to something and preferring something is completely different. For example, if you guys, I prefer to go to SmartFit in Brazil. SmartFit, I prefer it because it's decent. It's a clean gym. Usually it's a lot of women there. That doesn't mean I want to go to BodyTech. If BodyTech is nice, then I'll go there. But when I get to Brazil, I'm looking for the SmartFit. That's the difference. If you guys want me to help you one-on-one, and you guys want somebody that's going to tell you the truth about what it's like to be abroad, it's still great. But if you guys want somebody to tell you the truth about dating abroad, investing abroad, how to create remote income to move abroad, anything about living abroad, or if you want me to help you build a YouTube channel, if you're a barber, you want somebody to help you start, I offer one-on-one coaching, and it will be a 12-month program. It is not cheap. So if you guys if you guys are not financially stable, this is not for you, okay? This will be a 12-month program that is either paid up front or split into monthly payments, okay? The booking link is below. If you guys are interested, we'll get on a consultation call, see what you want, see what we can help you out with, and we'll continue from there. Leave a like if you like that video. Leave a dislike if you dislike the video. Subscribe if you have not already, even if you don't like it. Leave a comment on what you thought. Leave a comment on what you want to see next. And I'm Austin Holloman. I love you guys. My Cash App is $ Austin Holloman. If you found that entertainment or informative, PayPal AustinHolloman@gmail.com and Zelle AustinHolloman@gmail.com. I will see you guys next time.